Imagine a dog so loyal that his story touched the hearts of millions around the world, transcending generations and becoming an eternal symbol of devotion. This is Hachikō, the dog who waited for his owner's return for nearly 10 years, even though, deep down, he might have known that his owner would never come back. Hachikō's story is not just about a dog and his owner. It reflects universal values like love, patience, and fidelity. But what made this story so iconic? How did a simple Akita capture an entire nation's heart and become a cultural icon in Japan? Get ready to dive into the emotional details of a legend that remains alive to this day, from Hachikō's first steps to the cultural impact he left on Japan and the world. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Japanese Legends channel, and share it with friends who love touching and inspiring stories. Now, let's embark together on the incredible journey of Hachikō, Japan's most loyal dog. It all started in a small town in Akita Prefecture, Japan, where, on November 10, 1923, a puppy of the Akita breed was born. This breed, known for its loyalty and intelligence, was already highly valued in Japan, but Hachikō would prove to be unlike any other dog. At just a few months old, he was sent to Tokyo to live with his new owner, Professor Ueno, who taught at the Imperial University of Tokyo. The connection between Hachikō and Ueno was immediate. The professor, a solitary man with a love for dogs, found in Hachikō an inseparable companion. The puppy quickly adapted to his new routine and formed a unique bond with his owner. Every day, Hachikō would accompany Ueno to Shibuya Station, where the professor would board the train to work. In the afternoon, as if he could predict the train's exact arrival time, Hachikō would return to the station to wait for him. This daily ritual caught the attention of locals, who were charmed by the faithful dog fulfilling his mission. But the relationship between Hachikō and Ueno wasn't just practical. It was a bond full of affection and respect. Neighbors and friends often remarked that the professor treated the dog like a family member, and Hachikō reciprocated with unconditional love. This phase of the story is crucial because it reminds us that the simplest moments of daily life, like a morning goodbye or an afternoon reunion, can become cherished memories. For Ueno, Hachikō was more than just a dog. He was a symbol of love and trust. With their bond established, their routine seemed eternal. But fate had other plans. Hachikō soon became a familiar figure at Shibuya Station. Every day, he walked alongside Professor Ueno to the train and patiently waited for his return. For workers and merchants in the area, Hachikō's presence became a comforting ritual, a constant in a rapidly changing world. In Japan, during the 1920s, the country was undergoing a period of accelerated modernization, with cities like Tokyo growing and transforming. Despite these changes, Hachikō served as a reminder of something unchanging: the purity of loyalty and love. Interestingly, Akita dogs were rare even in Japan at the time. It's believed that fewer than 30 purebred Akitas existed in the entire country, making Hachikō even more special. His majestic posture, combined with his daily routine alongside Ueno, quickly attracted public attention. Hachikō wasn't just a pet, he was a living example of the Japanese concept of Makoto-chan, which can be translated as sincerity or genuine devotion. This made him a source of inspiration, even before his story gained widespread recognition. As time passed, Hachikō stood out even more for his punctuality and dedication. Regardless of whether the day was sunny, rainy, or snow-covered, he was always there, sitting at the station's entrance, anxiously waiting to see his owner return. This daily routine represented more than just a habit. It was proof of a bond so strong that it seemed unbreakable. Hachikō demonstrated that his loyalty wasn't just a trait of his breed, but something deeply rooted in his very essence. But what no one knew was that this seemingly eternal routine was about to be tragically interrupted. We'll now explore the moment that transformed Hachikō's story from a simple routine into one of Japan's greatest legends. It was an ordinary day in bustling Tokyo in 1925. On the morning of May 21st, Professor Ueno and Hachikō followed their daily routine. As always, The loyal Akita accompanied the professor to Shibuya Station, bidding him farewell with his usual affectionate gaze. However, what no one could have imagined was that this would be the last time the two would be together. While teaching at the Imperial University of Tokyo, Ueno suffered a fatal stroke and passed away unexpectedly. He never returned to Shibuya Station. For Hachikō, however, his owner's absence didn't mark the end of his waiting. That afternoon, as usual, he went to the station and patiently waited for the professor. When the train arrived and Ueno didn't appear, Hachikō stayed, as if believing he would return on the next one. And so it went the next day, and the next, and the next. Months turned into years, and Hachikō never gave up. Every day, at the same time, he would walk to Shibuya Station and wait at the main entrance. His behavior drew the attention of locals, who began to feed and care for him, moved by the dog's unwavering devotion. Hachikō's persistence soon became a widely known story. In 1932, an article published in the Asahi Shimbun highlighted the incredible loyalty of the dog, turning Hachikō into a national celebrity. People from all over Japan traveled to Shibuya to see him, bringing gifts and food. He was no longer just one man's dog. He had become a symbol of love and loyalty. However, Hachikō's life wasn't easy. Without the professor, he wandered between the station and the homes of Ueno's acquaintances. Yet, he never stopped fulfilling his daily ritual, despite the hardships of living on the streets. After nearly 10 years of waiting, on March 8, 1935, Hachikō was found lifeless near Shibuya Station. The news of his death deeply moved the nation. Thousands of people attended ceremonies in his honor, and his story was etched into the hearts of all who believed in the values he represented. Hachikō's death marked the end of his physical waiting, but ushered in a new era, where his memory would become an eternal symbol of loyalty in Japan. The legacy of Hachikō is a testament to how love and devotion can transcend time, touching generations and inspiring millions. His daily routine of constant waiting teaches us about patience, resilience, and the value of the bonds we form in life. And now, we'd like to hear from you. What did you think of Hachikō's story? What was the most emotional moment for you? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who needs to hear this story. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Hachikō's incredible legend. See you in the next video.